if you're very sick too. But as I changed my lifestyle, I started getting my strength back. My immune system started assisting me in getting well. And do you know what happened? The lymph nodes under my arm, and one was actually as large as a walnut, the lymph nodes under my arm and above my clavicle just started to disappear. They melted away. That's what the immune system does when it's working properly. It keeps the body free from disease. So how does one rebuild the immune system? The body is a very complex organism, but the maintenance of it is very simple. There are 10 basic rules for health. I like to call them the 10 Commandments of health. It doesn't matter what disease you have. It is a result of the breakdown of your immune system. We are taught in medicine that there is a specific drug or treatment for every different disease. And so doctors will tell you that it's ridiculous or outrageous to suggest that one treatment can cure a variety of different kinds of diseases. Yet every physician has to admit that it is the immune system that keeps a person well. It's also the immune system that helps you overcome disease. So doesn't it make sense that if you rebuild your immune system, then it can do its job of getting you well and keeping you well? When I first started out trying to get well, I tried a lot of alternative therapies. And these are therapies that have made other people well, but they certainly didn't work for me. I started on a juice fast, which has been successful in other people. But I'll tell you, I almost died. I was so toxic that when the toxins started coming out of my body, I got so sick that I couldn't eat or drink. And I didn't know if I would survive it. Again, I say there are other people who've gotten well this way, but it didn't work for me. I tried a macrobiotic diet with all these sea vegetables, but I almost had to hold my nose to eat them. They smelled so bad when I was cooking them, and I had to discard that. I have also tried at the very beginning loads and loads of supplements. I thought, well, if I'm low in this, I'll take this. And I was so full of pills from the supplements that I'm not sure that I could even digest them all. But finally, I turned to the basic diet. The diet that is listed in this book, the Bible. It's the Garden of Eden diet. The way we were created to eat. We're created to eat fruits and vegetables, grains, nuts, and seeds. The way our bodies were meant to be nourished, because you can't improve on God. So let's get started. Here's the plan that I used. It's very inexpensive, and when compared to conventional methods, it's really cheap. And you can do it at home as I did. Commandment number 1 is nutrition. Let's suppose that you or I could afford a Rolls Royce or a Mercedes, and you went to the dealer and you bought it. And the dealer said to you, I guarantee you that if you use the fuel for this new car that I provide for you, that the car will last for 100 years and it will never, never need a repair. Not only that, the gasoline that I provide for you is cheaper than any you can buy at a regular gas station. Would you use that gasoline in your car? Sure you would, and so would I. But that's the guarantee that God has given us for our bodies. I eat designer food. I eat the food that's designed by the same creator that created my body. The food you get off the tree or out of the garden in its most natural state is food designed exactly to nourish your body. It has everything you need in exactly the right ratio. Well, does that include meat? I don't think so. Meat was not provided in the Garden of Eden. In fact, nothing died and nothing was killed. It only allows you to eat the natural things and as close to nature as possible. I suggest you look in the mirror now and open your mouth real wide. You will see that the molars in the back of your mouth are grinding molars. They're not sharp teeth in the back of your mouth like a cat has, or a lion, or a tiger, or a cougar. Those are animals that are meant to eat meat. If you tried to put your teeth into the hide of a cow, you couldn't rip out a piece of flesh because your teeth are not meant to chew on flesh. Not only that, we have an intestine that is long and windy, about 30 feet of intestine. That's the intestine that a horse or a cow or an antelope or a deer has. They're meant to eat grasses and grains and things like that. Cats have a very short intestine. It's short and it's straight, so that meat can get out of the intestine very rapidly, because otherwise it putrefies in the intestine. Also, we as human beings don't have the right enzymes to properly digest meat. Cats have those enzymes, but we don't. So why do we eat meat? First, we're sort of programmed to do it, and we get to the point where we really like it. But our bodies were not made to eat meat. Let me suggest that you do an experiment. Take a pound of hamburger or a steak and put it out on your kitchen counter for 3 days. Turn the heat in your house up to about 100 degrees and see how that meat smells at the end of that time. Ooh, well, that's what happens in your body. It takes about 3 days for that meat to get through this long intestine, and your body temperature is 98.6, close to 100. So the meat putrefies, and you take in all of those toxins into your bloodstream, and the bloodstream distributes them all over your body. You see, that's one of the main reasons that people get sick. So again, why does everybody eat meat? Because they decide they like to, but it was not provided for us at the beginning. Meat is 40% fat. Even if you trim all the fat around the edges, the fat is actually in the muscle fiber. Poultry, even if you remove the skin, is still 40% fat. So you're just kidding yourself if you say, well, I eat chicken and turkey and those are low in fat. No, they're not. Fish is also high in fat. And none of these things have any fiber in them, the fiber that you need from eating grains. And of course, they're very high in protein, much more protein than you need. Plus, meat, the animal, concentrates pesticides that are given to the animal in the grains that they eat. Not only that, all of the meat and the poultry and the fish are full of chemicals. In meat and poultry, they give these animals hormones, they give them pesticides in their food, they give them antibiotics, and when you eat the meat, you're taking all of that into your body. Not only that, all of this meat is diseased. Beef has a problem with mad cow disease, at least in England. This is a terrible disease. The cows develop holes in their brain. The disease is actually called bovine for cow, spongiform encephalopathy. Encephalopathy just means that it's a disease of the brain. Spongiform means that they get great holes in their brain and they get demented before they actually die. And this is a disease that is 100% fatal. They're going to kill millions of head of cattle in Britain to try to stop this disease. A number of people have already gotten mad cow disease in England, and some have already died from it. Now, the incubation period from the time you're exposed or you eat the meat until you actually get sick can be as long as 5 to 15 years. So they expect an enormous epidemic of mad cow disease that's been transmitted to humans in England. When it's transmitted to humans, it's called Creutzfeldt-Jakob disease. Now that's a long name and you don't have to remember it, but it is 100% fatal. Now, we've been assured by the experts in America that this will not happen in America, but I can tell you, we import meat